12-year-old Will Byers disappears on his way home after a night of Dungeons & Dragons with his friends Mike Wheeler, Lucas Sinclair, and Dustin Henderson. His frantic mom, Joyce Byers, knows something's wrong and the town's police chief, Jim Hopper, takes the case. Not far from town, a secret government lab hides something terrifying, and a little girl escapes from there, shaved head, hospital gown, tattooed number 11 on her arm. She barely speaks, but she has powers, telekinesis, and a haunted look in her eyes. The boys find her hiding in the woods and call her 11. Together they discover that Will isn't missing in the normal sense. He's trapped in a mirror world called the Upside Down, and it's crawling with a creature they nicknamed the Demogorgon. Now Joyce refuses to give up, talking to her son through flickering Christmas lights, while Hopper uncovers the truth behind the lab and its lead scientist, Dr. Brenner. Meanwhile, Mike's older sister Nancy Wheeler and Will's brother Jonathan Byers start searching too after Nancy's friend Barb vanishes. Nancy's boyfriend Steve Harrington at first is a typical high school jerk. He gets dragged into the chaos as Nancy and Jonathan discover the monster's hiding place. Joyce and Hopper enter the Upside Down to rescue Will, while 11 faces the Demogorgon head on. She destroys it and disappears in the blast. Will makes it home alive, but something dark has followed him back. A year later, Hawkins just isn't the same. Pumpkins rot overnight, and Will is seeing visions of a huge shadow monster called the Mind Flayer. Joyce is trying to rebuild her life with her new boyfriend Bob, who's just the sweetest guy in town. Hopper secretly hides 11 in a cabin, keeping her safe as she learns what family feels like for the very first time. At school, a new girl shows up named Max Mayfield, a skateboard-riding gamer who instantly challenges the boys' dynamic and brings her violent stepbrother Billy Hargrove. While 11 learns more about her past and her mother, the Mind Flayer starts infecting Hawkins through tunnels underground and through Will himself. Dustin adopts a strange little creature he names Dart, which grows into a baby Demogorgon. The creature's attack, Bob ends up dying, heroically saving everybody, and 11 returns stronger than ever. With Hopper by her side, she closes the gate, sealing the Upside Down away. At the winter dance, everything feels normal again, but in the Upside Down, the Mind Flayer still looms over Hawkins. By summer 1985, Hawkins is changed yet again. There's a shiny new Starcourt Mall, and beneath it, a secret Russian base trying to reopen the gate to the Upside Down. Steve Harrington, now redeemed and working at Scoops Ahoy, teams up with his hilarious co-worker Robin Buckley and the ever-curious Dustin to uncover the plot, while Lucas's little sister Erica tags along too. Meanwhile, the Mind Flayer finds a new host, Billy. He becomes its puppet, turning townspeople into melting, merging flesh to rebuild its body. Joyce and Hopper investigate mysterious magnetic failures, stumble into a Russian operation, and meet a kind scientist named Alexei who just wants a cherry Slurpee. Now everything collides in Starcourt Mall. The kids fight the monster with fireworks. Billy breaks free long enough to sacrifice himself to save Max and 11, and below them, Hopper and Joyce shut down the machine and Hopper disappears in the explosion. The Byers pack up and leave Hawkins, taking 11 with them. The gate is closed yet again. But somewhere in Russia, soldiers mention a prisoner, not the American they say, and feed a captive Demogorgon. 8 months later, the story picks up in 1986. Joyce, 11, Will, and Jonathan now all live in California, while back in Hawkins, a new evil emerges. Teenagers start dying in horrifying ways, bones snapping mid-air, eyes gone white. The killer's name is Vecna, a powerful psychic from the Upside Down. In Hawkins, Max is still grieving Billy and starts seeing visions of her own. When Vecna targets her, music of all things ends up saving her life in what might be the most epic scene in the entire show. Mike, Dustin, Lucas, Nancy, and newcomer Eddie Munson, a metalhead and leader of the Hellfire Club, realize that Vecna's victims all share trauma. Meanwhile, we learn that Hopper is indeed alive. He's imprisoned in Russia, fighting Demogorgons in brutal combat. Joyce and Murray fly overseas to rescue him, and through flashbacks, 11 learns that Vecna was once Henry Creel, the first child that Brenner ever experimented on. She's number 11, he's number 1. It was actually 11 who sent him to the Upside Down years ago, where he transformed into the monster now haunting Hawkins. The group splits up for one final fight. Eddie sacrifices himself playing his guitar to draw away the swarm of monsters in the Upside Down so everyone else can escape. Max dies fighting Vecna, and 11 brings her back, but barely. Hopper ends up escaping his captivity, reunited with Joyce at last. The battle ends, but Hawkins is torn apart by cracks between both worlds. Ash falls like snow, Vecna still lives, and the war for Hawkins has only just begun. If you found this recap helpful, make sure you smash that like button. It really does help the channel out, and consider subscribing for more recaps just like this. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.